Today on Fly Rod Chronicles, we're taking part in a couple events at Harmans, North Fork Cottages and Cabins, West Virginia. First, we join George Daniel as he teaches his dynamic nymphing class, and later we check out Harmans North Fork Invitational Fly Fishing Tournament. Stick around.
Fan voted favorite, best outdoor show host of the year.
Oh, fish on!
I roam around from place to place.
That's a West Virginia trout right there.
Fish go! Oh.
They're bigger in
Find
Montana.
a real job, but it's too late.
My biggest wild brook trout.
That's what I'm talking about.
just
New
fishing
Mexico.
bum. If I don't
Big
have the
Daddy,
gas,
right
then I
here.
stick out my thumb.
Am I happy?
Gotta get
Welcome
there
to
one way
Alaska.
or
It's
another.
bigger than Dollywood.
I'm a fishing love.
I'm Curtis Fleming. Join me as I pursue my lifelong passion for the art of fly fishing with special guests and friends. These are my Fly Rod Chronicles.
Welcome back to Harmans, buddy.
Good to see you, Todd. You know, at Harmans Cottages, they have this guy named Todd Harmon. You wouldn't believe what he had in store for me.
You know, Curtis, I got someone on the property that you're really going to like.
Yeah?
George Daniels.
Yeah?
Two-time national U.S. champion.
I know George.
You know George?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He's got a new book out.
Dynamic
Got it there
nymphing.
for you. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
He's teaching a class here this weekend, and I signed you up for it.
Wait a minute, I'm filming a show this weekend called Fly Rod Chronicles with Curtis Fleming.
Yeah, it's actually George Daniels is the keynote to this particular show, and you're actually in his class.
Wait. So George is coming on my show and I got to take the class?
I think you need it.
You know, when Todd told me I needed to enroll in a fly fishing class, at first I was shocked and even a little bit mad. So I went out and whacked a few of his fish.
The rocks and the riffles don't feel quite the same as I swim through this unfriendly place. So long in the journey and far from my home, but I still...
Man, I can't believe Todd has enrolled me in a fly fishing class. I've had my own show for 5 years and wants me to take a class. Stupid. I think I'm gonna take his Prince nymph and go out there and just show Todd what I really got. All right, I am rigged, ready, locked, and loaded. Fly fishing class. I'm gonna go whack some fish down here at Harmans. And this looks like a good spot. There he is. Oh gosh, that's a good one. I love it. Oh yeah. Fly fishing class. Todd said I need a fly fishing class. Need a fly fishing class like he needs a basketball lesson. That is crazy. Oh, good rainbow. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Down here at Harmans, North Fork Cottages, in the heart of West by Golly, Virginia, catching big old rainbow. This is awesome. Need a fly fishing class, huh? I wish Todd was here so I could show him this little fly fishing class that I'm putting on down here by myself. Oh yeah, that'll put a smile on your face right there. Yeah. What a good rainbow right there. That's what West Virginia's all about. Good looking rainbows, good looking places. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And you are off. There he goes. He's off. There she goes. Fly fishing class. I don't need fly fishing class. I mean, I'm like the Rodney Dangerfield of fly fishing. I mean, I went to school for 13, twice in 8th grade, 3 times in the 6th grade, but that wasn't all my fault. I went to a lot of school. Stick around. When we come back, George teaches us a little dynamic nymphing.
There you go. Very nice. There you go. Oh, yes. Nice job. Oh, yes. Ah, yes. Nice job. Dark water, good.
We'll be back right after this with Fly Rod Chronicles. Welcome back to Fly Rod Chronicles. Earlier, Todd Harmon enrolled me in a fly fishing class he was having on the property.
I've had my own show for 5 years and wants me to take a class. Stupid.
Todd, being the perfectionist he is, he brought in the best to teach the class. 2-time fly fishing champion, George Daniel. George was an awesome competitive fly fisherman, but now he's devoting all of his time to writing, instruction, and family.
The whole idea behind this nymphing class was keeping it simple. We started out with building a basic nymphing leader. The basic leader that I like to use is anything from a 7 to 8 foot base leader of 20-pound blue strength. And then off of that, I'm going to have about a 20-inch section of cider material, just a bicolor indicator material that I get from Cortland. It's 12 thousandths in diameter.
So George, we've got everybody leadered up,
Correct.
wadered up,
Yes.
double dropper?
Double dropper.
Okay.
2 fly rig, yep.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
so what are you thinking? You got to see some pretty awesome water, right?
Got to see some fantastic water here. We got the clients all rigged up, appropriate leader length, long enough tippet to get down and get some of these, dredge some of these big boys up in these pools.
Cool, cool.
One of the keys to nymphing is creating manageable slack, and this is a tip that I picked up from the French. They are masters of achieving deep drifts using minimal amount of weight, and they do something I call elevation in the lead. This is where people make the mistake. They make the cast, and they immediately, what do? They start dragging the flies. They're not allowing the flies drop to the bottom. So what we need to do is this, elevation in the lead. I'm gonna cast upstream, keep the rod tip pointed at the flies. And instead of moving the rod tip downstream, all I'm gonna do is simply elevate that rod tip. I'm gonna create manageable slack. I have a tight line and leader connection. All I need to do is once those flies are on the bottom, you can see that cider begin to tighten up. That's at the point where I actually begin leading the flies. Very simple, and that's the keys to allow your flies to get down to the bottom. Not immediately pulling, but elevating, leading, letting those flies drop to the bottom, and then begin leading at that point.
George got everyone out on the water.
Elevate, just elevate. Don't move the rod tip to stop the rod tip. Just watch that cider drop, and that thing should bounce upstream, just like that. Watch that, see how that thing's dropping like a rock? Excellent, excellent. Right there, there. Just that subtle take, that's all this is. They don't grab anything, they just simply inhale it. So we're just looking for that subtle movement of the cider. There you go, very nice. There you go, oh yes. Nice job, oh yes. Ah, yes. Nice. Nice job. Dark water, good. I have clients, I've had customers that shop at the TCO Fly Shop in State College, and all I do is talk about the beautiful scenery in West Virginia and the great trout streams. To be honest with you, I've been everywhere but like West Virginia. I've been out west, all around the globe. And coming down here, I mean, this is just an absolute treasure. Oh! See what? There you go. Yeah.
George, that was awesome, George. Good job. The one thing that separates George from other fishermen is his ability to detect takes. I would have never set the hook on that.
What's great now with this stream, we have bubbles as a reference.
Yeah.
So we can use the speed of the bubbles in relation to the speed of the indicator, and it was just that little twitch, you know?
Yeah.
That's it, and that's all it took.
Yeah.
You find a reason to strike.
That was a great fish that John caught, but fly fisher woman, Lori, catches the fish of the day.
Lori was great. When we went to the boulder hole, Lori was having a couple issues with her casting. She wasn't waiting long enough. Her timing was off, her mechanics were right. So all I had Lori do was just kind of take a deep breath, just give that back cast a little time to unload. Yeah, good strong back cast. Wait and go. Just like that. Look at that. See?
By golly, it
You
worked.
just gotta be patient. As soon as that happened, she started making some great forward casts, making good line leader placements. And before you know it, she was into a fish.
We hooked into a beauty.
Good job. Yeah. Yeah.
That's a good fish, Lori.
Nice fish.
It was, you know, over 20.
Wow. You see that line shoot?
Yeah.
Huh? Straight upstream, huh?
You gotta love when you see that indicator just go boom, boom, boom,
Oh,
boom.
yeah.
Hooked him to a big brute, about 21-inch rainbow. That's the fish of the day right there. Yeah, just let it go on the reel. Just let it go off the reel. There you go. She was so excited, and all we ended up doing was just having her work different angles. When the fish would go upstream, I would just have her change direction, move the rod tip downstream to force that fish's head to go in a different direction, and just basically go back and forth to disorient the fish and tire as quickly as possible. Lori did exactly what I asked her to do, and as a result, she landed a fish of a lifetime. Yep, just like that. Now you can just slide them in. Right now, slide them right on in. Slide, slide, slide. Back in towards me. There you go. Yes.
Oh my God, he's a pig.
Wow.
And controlling the fish better. And, you know, fishing with these longer leaders is, after all the years I've been fishing, I've really never had any kind of instruction on that. So that's probably the most valuable fishing part. But just being here, the group, everyone, George, Curtis, the camera guys, the Harmans, everybody's just been marvelous, just marvelous, the whole experience.
Stick around. When we come back, Bob breaks George's rod, and later, the Harmans North Fork Invitational gets underway. We'll be back right after this with Fly Rod Chronicles. Welcome back to Fly Rod Chronicles. We're at Harmans North Fork Cottages with George Daniel as he teaches his dynamic nymphing class. There was this one guy taking the course named Bob. He was a really cool guy from Pennsylvania. He took a liking to George's personal nymphing rod, and of course, George being the nice guy he is, he let him try it out. Guess what is about to happen?
And I like the setup that he's been giving us. And this is the perfect example of that. Whoa, yeah, hey, get away from that rock. We don't want to hurt you now. Oh. What? That ain't so good. I don't think I better fish this.
Everyone passed this course. However, there was a pass-fail option. Everyone was passed, and then as soon as Bob, I found out, broke my rod on a big rainbow, I was teetering on the thing that I was going to fail him, but he came up, he apologized, so I'm going to pass him. So we have a 100% pass rate.
And thank you guys. Thank you for coming up, and it's been an honor meeting you four and John, being with John again. And thank you guys. Appreciate it very much. And George, thank you for coming up.
Yeah, thank you very much.
That night, the crew and I just chilled in the cabins because the next day was the HNFI.
We've been talking about this. It is the Harmans North Fork Cabins Invitational Fly Fishing Tournament, and Ryan Harman is with me here, and he's the man that runs the show.
Now you're seeing state level, local competitive teams all over the country. I think there's some 50, 60 solid competitive events all over the place. Todd and Curtis and I got to talking a few years ago and said, hey, why not us?
Curtis is the host of Fly Rod Chronicles on the Outdoor Channel and is one of those who has really been instrumental in putting this together.
You know, it was a dream, and growing up in West Virginia, I wanted to portray that everything that we've got here.
Curtis, you've traveled all over the country, and in each of your shows, it's clear you're from West Virginia. You promote the state as you go along. And Todd, I'm going to turn it over to you because that effort has been recognized quite a bit, and you've got a presentation very special to make with Curtis.
Curtis, Fly Rod Chronicles and Harmans has built a really great relationship together. The projects that we're doing are very successful. West Virginia Tourism recognized some of those projects in 2 Best Broadcast Awards for the whole state of West Virginia in tourism. The 2009 award and 11 award that you won, you've never seen the trophies. So buddy, here they are.
You know, having that West Virginia on it, it means more to me than any of the awards that we've won. The fly fishing in West Virginia is top notch. Todd's private stretch on the North Fork of the South Branch of the Potomac River is a prime example. Stick around. When we come back, it's tournament time, and we crown a new Harmans North Fork Invitational Champion.
Oh! Attaboy! Right there's how we do it.
We'll be back right after this with Fly Rod Chronicles. Welcome back to Fly Rod Chronicles. We're at Harmans Cottages in West Virginia for their annual fly fishing tournament.
How many anglers do you have here this weekend?
We actually have 16 teams, 32 anglers, basically a single elimination type tournament. They fish 2 hours in each of the 3 sessions. We measure length, total length determines score.
We had teams from all over the nation meet up in Cabins, West Virginia for this fishing tournament, and the weather and water couldn't have been better. I knew with this many good anglers on the water, it was going to be hard for my camera guys to keep up.
Fish, fish. Net man. Oh! You know, fish are healthy. West Virginia, water's cold, pH is great. They're fighters, man. These fish will fight you.
One.
Woo! Oh, yeah. Put the stick into them. Woo! Fish, fish. Oh, look at that thing going. That is a big, big fish right there.
That's good fish, dude.
I'm impressed, man. West Virginia has some really good fishing areas.
He's in for an all-out fish fight here. That thing's gonna come up. Oh, attaboy. Oh, geez, it was.
Oh! Attaboy! Get easy on him. Awesome!
With time winding down on this year's tournament, we went to see how one of my picks to win was doing. Team Freestone.
He's coming. He's in the beat. You can go at him.
Big fish.
Yeah! All right. Woo! That's not a steelhead. He ain't gonna fit in this trough.
What you got?
50. All right.
The only thing that was going to stop Team Freestone was last year's winners, Davison River Outfitters.
don't know why we do this metric system stuff. I had a hard time with simple arithmetic, but between first and second, all the fish that took place, 4 centimeters is that much in 7 fish. So between first and second, if somebody would have caught a fish just that much bigger or one more fish, that's where we're at. So, Ryan,
Okay.
take it from here.
And this year's Harmans North Fork Invitational winner with 305 points, Freestone Fly, Mark Haynes and David Wood. Woo, woo, woo.
Attaboy, attaboy.
It was a confidence thing. We knew going into it we could get some fish.
And you just fished that beat the time before.
Yes. Yep.
So I gotta think you saved some fish for the finals.
Save some fish. While the water we didn't fish. Save some water. Save some fish.
That makes a winner right there. Congratulations. Awesome. Good stuff. Thanks for hanging out with Fly Rod Chronicles. We'll catch you next week. I practice that a lot.